Yeah. Let me take you to a place where the newer you have resided. Remove you from the flesh where the righteous always collided. I don't believe in culture, we steady being misguided to lead you back to a place where you only see us divided. I'm only here to tell you nothing but truth. I don't care about the good you do, I study your fruits. And I don't think I'm over you, but let me take this time to answer. Since I believe in God, I'm held to a higher standard. A soldier with holy manners in the spiritual army. We all need discernment, cause the evil spirit is charming. God with me when I step out. I don't care about what you care about. My faith got me flexing, I might just win me a sandout. Rebuke the strongholds, I pray you get released. Forget money, cars, and clothes. I need love, joy, and peace. Woke up with a new ID. Yes, I've been transformed, so the patterns of this world, I really can't be conformed. And I say,
I done had my ups and downs, but I can see we gaining ground. Yeah, things are looking better now. The world around me living fast, and I'm no longer like my past. Yeah, things are looking better now. I once was blind, but now I see. I thank you for my new ID, God, yeah. Things are looking better now. Don't wanna be the same, I can't be stuck if I ain't froze. I pray that I stay focused till I walk the streets of gold.
We all have a testimony, but the Bible let us know that you can plant the seed, but only God can make it grow. So you gotta reach a place where God say it's time to grow. So if you still lacking faith, who fault is that? You let me know. Self-control is what I pray for. Have you prayed for that? Nah, you ain't prayed for that, cause you ain't came for that. You go to God for only money, you won't stay for that. Somebody lukewarm, I just can't be the same as that. That's lame in fact. Lord have mercy, forgive me for sounding churchy. I just wanna break the link to the chain to whatever cursed me. I done had fam set up and killed for no good reason. We don't wrestle flesh and blood, they operated by demons. I don't play the same music, I don't watch the same movies. I ain't drinking, I ain't smoking, I'm not doing what y'all doing. And finding out my purpose became more than a blessing. And nothing here was by force, I just never found it impressive. Look,
I done had my ups and downs, but I can see we gaining ground. Yeah, things are looking better now. The world around me living fast, and I'm no longer like my past. Yeah, things are looking better now. I once was blind, but now I see. I thank you for my new ID, God, yeah. Things are looking better now. Don't wanna be the same, I can't be stuck if I ain't froze. I pray that I stay focused till I walk the streets of gold. Whoa.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ARP in the morning. It's your brother Wise, man. I appreciate you guys pulling up this fine Monday morning. It's the beginning of the new week. Praise the Lord. God bless each and every one of you all. I hope you all enjoyed the weekend. I hope you had a restful weekend. I appreciate you guys pulling up and rocking with me on a day-to-day basis. I'm thankful. I really am. I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to be here with you guys this morning. I want to make sure I show some love to LJ because she's out on vacation, so I don't think she's going to be with us today and probably for the next couple of days. But hopefully she enjoys her vacation. So shout out to LJ. Maybe she'll watch the replay. I also want to show some love to my grandma. I don't know if she's going to watch the show this morning, but I want to show some love to my grandma. Yesterday was her birthday. She turned 83 years old. She's still here with us. Thank the Lord. And she's still doing her thing. She's still driving, and she's still able to move around. She had a hip replacement about 2 months ago, but she got cleared to drive, so she's able to drive and move around a little bit on her own. She was able to go to church yesterday, so she was really, really excited. And she said that she was really, really thankful for her 29th birthday. I'm like, come on now. I thought that was funny, but I'm like, embrace it. It's okay. But shout out to her. Appreciate you. Thank you. Love you. Happy birthday to you. What's going on, Marla? Appreciate you guys pulling up, man. I want to show some love to my folks in the chat real fast. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Okay? We got a really good show today. We have a really good show today. I don't think it's going to be super long, but we got a good amount to cover today. We got a good amount to get into this morning. And, God bless you guys for pulling up and hanging out with us here at ARP. Appreciate you guys pulling up with this. So shout out to ZFRK9. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. What's up, Larry Montgomery? And who else? We got Hadassah Inspires. These are the folks that were in here early. Appreciate you guys pulling up as always and supporting the channel. What's up, Hunter? How you doing this morning, brother? Hopefully you had a great weekend, safe weekend as well. And he always kicks us off with the Bible verse to get things kicked off. So he says, this is what we have this morning. So it says, if you can, said Jesus, everything is possible for one who believes. Mark chapter 9, verse 23. Outstanding. And it's absolutely right. Absolutely right there. What's up, Lori Addison? How you doing this morning? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Hope all is well. LHF, Guardian Rob, appreciate you pulling up this morning, brother. What's up, Nelly? Sugar Shane in the building. How was that round of golf on Friday, man? What's up, David Harrell? How's it going this morning? Out the oil patches of West Texas. Okay, I see you. Who else we got up in here early this morning? All right, what's going on, Papa Dodd? How you doing this morning, brother? Appreciate you pulling up. Donald Lovejoy in the building. Shout out to you. What's up, Queen Chloe? How you doing this morning? Out in rainy Dallas. Yeah, we got the rain coming our way as well. Yeah, we got the rain coming our way as well later this week. I don't know how bad it's going to be, but they say it's on its way. What's up, Vicky Vale? How you doing today? Big Job Ford in the building. What's going on with you? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. What else we got up in here? All right. What's up, Latrice? How you doing this morning, sister? Good grand rising to you. What's up, JJ O'Hara? How you doing this morning? Grand rising to you as well. Allie Summers in the building. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. We got Marcy Richards in the building. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Timothy Rickner, what's going on? Appreciate you pulling up. What's up, Melissa? How you doing this morning? Honolulu in the building. Shout out to Angela Montgomery, New Jersey in the building. Shout out to you. What up, Jane Facto? How you doing this morning? Appreciate you pulling up. What's up, Kiwan? How you doing this morning, sister? Grace and peace to you out there in the A. What up, AI? Grace and peace to you. Appreciate you pulling up. Luby Fishing, or Lou B Fishing. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that properly. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Hope all is well. What up, Omega X? Grace and peace to you as well. Appreciate you pulling up. What up, Amber Young? Good morning to you. Lonnie King in the building. It's good to see you up in here early. What's going on, man? What up, Chester? How you doing this morning, brother? Appreciate you pulling up. Who else we got up in here? Early. I catch my early birds. We're going to get things started. All right. Got Israel Pena in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you. San Antonio in the building. What up, Eric Simon? How's it going this morning? Said he at the house chilling. All right. Is this an off day today? Off day today? No work? What up, Deb Longo? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. And Timonium Master. Oh, I'm sorry, not Timonium. I'm thinking about out here. Titanium Master, Wyoming in the house. All right now. Has it started to get cold out there already? What's up, Beautifully Flawed? Appreciate you pulling up this morning. Got Scott Young in the building, Pam Westcott in the building, the Screaming Elf in the building, Chad Winstead in the house, the Sunfluencer. Appreciate you. What's up, Vanessa Hall? How you doing this morning? Appreciate you pulling up. It's been a little bit. Good to see you, though. I'm glad all is well. One of my Marylanders. What's up, B? How you doing this morning? And Kristen Knight, what's going on? Appreciate you. Rhonda Evans Zander, thank you very much for pulling up this morning. What's up, Kevin Caldwell? And Pedro Ayala, appreciate you. Appreciate you pulling up. What's up, Shelby Died? How's it going this morning? Appreciate you. Mr. Largy in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up this morning. All right, we're going to get things kicked off. What's up, LS? How you doing this morning, brother? KP, Karen. What's up, Ed? How you doing this morning? Appreciate you all pulling up. So before we get things started, man, we got a show sponsor this morning. And today's show is actually being sponsored by none other than Chapter. Compare every medical plan. Y'all see the number right there on the screen. And if you or someone that you love is on Medicare, y'all gotta listen up, man. The DOJ, they filed a massive fraud case against major brokers who misled seniors steering them into plans that paid the biggest kickbacks, not the best coverage. And that's why this morning I am recommending Chapter. It was founded by people whose parents were scammed, by these scammers out there. Chapter searches every Medicare plan nationwide to find what's right for you. No kickbacks, no pressure, no hidden agenda, and it's completely free. 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 Did I say free? It's free. Seniors using Chapter typically save, on average, about $1,000 a year. So y'all make sure y'all reach out to Chapters today if it's you or you have a loved one that is on Medicare or you're going in that direction. Reach out to Chapter today. Call 504-506-0860. And once again, that number is 504-506-0860. It is free. You have absolutely nothing to lose. Y'all reach out to Chapter this morning, man. Support the channel. All right. So appreciate you guys, man. Look at that. Look at that. We're moving on up in the world, man. Show sponsors. Look at that. Moving on up in the world. Let's get the show kicked off, man. Hit the like button. Super chat, super thanks are greatly appreciated. I appreciate all of you guys supporting the channel. Friday's show was phenomenal. The panel show was phenomenal. Man, if you missed it, you missed it. Go check the replay out. It was phenomenal. Great show. Great guest. All right. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys very much. Let's get going.
Give me a hug? Yeah. Come here.
Channel 9's Cabarrus County reporter Hannah Getz heard about this story months ago and pushed the courts to release the video. And tonight, we finally get to share it with you.
I wanted to pull this. I watched this on Friday. Not Friday. I think it was Saturday morning. I saw this and I was like, I got to talk about this. So today we are going to start with something a little different, just a little different. No doom scrolling, just pure humanity on display. Pure humanity on display. A traffic stop out in Cabarrus County, North Carolina. It turned into a life-saving moment of grace for a recovering mom by the name of Caitlin Riccini. Back in March, fresh out of church, Caitlin was pulled over for going 61 miles an hour in a 45. Now, y'all know she wrong. She wrong for that. Deputy Sean Singleton, he stopped her, and instead of compliance, she gave him a bunch of attitude, a lot of attitude. We're just not allowed to have bad days. That's what she said. And the tension, it was pretty thick. But Singleton kept his cool. And after running her info and finding nothing major, he didn't write her a ticket. Instead, he gave her a warning. I understand you're having a day, so I'm not trying to make it any worse. Just slow down. No fines, no court date. Just get where you're going safely. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is mercy in motion. Check this out.
From the lens of Cabarrus County Deputy Sean Singleton's body camera, this view is nothing out of the ordinary. A standard traffic stop.
The reason I stopped you is 61 and a 45.
But in his line of work, it's also not out of the ordinary to have an interaction like this.
You wouldn't put your lights on until after I slowed down.
Right.
I was going the speed limit.
No, but I clocked you at 61 and a 45. I didn't stop you there. What's with the attitude? Just curious.
Caitlin Riccini says she was heading home from church when she got pulled over that Sunday.
And I meet him with absolute attitude. Just absolute attitude. We're not allowed to have bad days.
No, everybody's entitled to a bad day.
So
I understand that.
Getting pulled over on a day is not fun.
Yeah, I can understand that completely. Okay, but I'm trying to be nice and courteous to you, and I'm getting a lot of heat.
I could tell immediately that it was not the best of encounters. She was very aggravated.
I come from a background where I don't do cops. I can't stand cops.
Keeping his composure, Singleton ran her license and decided, despite the heated interaction, to let her off with a warning.
I understand you're having a day, so I'm not trying to make it any worse. This is a warning ticket for you to slow down. That's it. No court date, no fines, no nothing. I'll ask you to pay attention to the speed limit signs, get to where you're getting to safely.
In that moment, something changed.
You know, I could tell something was going on, you know, I just asked a question, you know, and sometimes it elicits an answer that you expect, and sometimes it elicits an answer that you don't expect. Are you good?
No.
No?
Anxiety is killing me.
Okay.
I come from a background, I'm clean and sober now, so
Okay.
I don't, I've always had bad
Okay.
incidents with cops, so
Okay.
Deputy Singleton offering words of encouragement, having no idea what Caitlin was going through until this moment.
Is there anything I can do for you? You sure?
yeah.
Okay. Do you need help with anything at all? Do you need a hug?
Yeah.
Come here. Come here.
I moved down here to get away from an abusive relationship.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The first time I watched this, man, it kind of choked me up a little bit, you know, just watching it, because, you know, we always hear these stories of, you know, all the negative stops. And, you know, one of my really, really good friends, actually one of my best friends, is police. And, you know, I pray for him all the time, and, you know, I worry about him because, you know, a lot of us, we run from the foolery and the danger, and they're running to it. And, you know, and they're dealing with the unruly, you know, all the time. And, you know, shout out to the police officer here. Singleton, I mean, he picks up on the vibe shift almost immediately, you know, and ask her, hey, are you good? And this young lady just breaks down, you know, and we know there's a lot of people suffering from mental health issues. You know, and she was talking about her anxiety, and, you know, she's been an addict and she has a background, you know, and it turns out that she's 4 months clean and sober, fresh off fleeing a abusive relationship in Maryland. And, you know, she left her 5-year-old son behind to fight for her life down in North Carolina. And also so she could, you know, get stable enough to bring him, you know, home to her. This young lady is going through it. This young lady's going through it, man.
And I'm clean and I'm sober for 4 months.
Caitlin revealed she was in a fight for her life in sobriety. Battling years of addiction and abuse, she had just moved to North Carolina, leaving her 5-year-old son in Maryland so she could get clean and get him back.
Yeah, I've never hugged a cop before. I've always been put in handcuffs by them.
Singleton had no idea his humanity and kindness that day changed Caitlin's life and possibly saved it.
I told him, I was like, I'm ready to give up. I was actually on my way to probably do something that wasn't in my best interest.
Take a deep breath, all right? Everything's gonna be okay. Okay? You're on the right path. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing now, okay? All right? Don't lose that hope.
That traffic stop happened back in March.
And I left my family and I left my son.
Now, 6 months later,
This is one of the guys that helped save my life.
Caitlin's celebrating 10 months clean
Can you say hi?
Doing good?
Can you say it's nice to meet you?
and introducing her son Isaiah to the deputy who gave her the strength to get him back.
It's good to see you again. How you been?
Well, you know, don't lose that fight that's in you. Okay? Because there's something in you that's driving you to a better life, right?
Yeah.
All right? Okay? Don't lose that. Hang on to it.
He saw me as a person and not an addict. And he saw my heart. And he saw that I had potential when so many people had counted me out. It's like in a time of desperation, really, like where I was like questioning, like, God, where are you? And he sent me in. It's like an angel. I don't know. I really pray that Jesus blesses you for your kindness, sir.
I'm going to pray for you, too.
Thank you.
In Cabarrus County,
You have no idea how much this means to me.
Hannah Getz, Channel 9, Eyewitness News.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I don't know how you watch that and you know, not have the waterworks, you know, or I don't know how you do it. And Angela, you're absolutely right. Not all police are bad. I know a few good ones. Actually, I know a good amount of good ones. You know, one of my favorite cousins, he was police out in Nashville. He passed away at this point now, I guess maybe about 6 or 7 months ago. Lord rest his soul. He was a good police. Like I was saying, one of my friends, down in Atlanta, he's police, in Atlanta, and good police. And there's a lot of them out there. They're out there. I'm here in Maryland, and I've been stopped because I'm known to have a lead foot from time to time. And most of the time I've received tickets was the daggone cameras. You can't be nice to a camera and they let you go. You just can't. The cameras get you. I can't stand these daggone speeding cameras. Good Lord. I can't stand them. But typically, you get a warning, and for the most part, if you're up for and honest and respectful and all that good jazz, for the most part, you're gonna get a warning unless it's just, outrageous. But what a story, man. What a story. What a story. 6 months later, Caitlin, she's 10 months sober, working full time. She has her son Isaiah. She has her son Isaiah back home. And, she even introduced him to Deputy Singleton. I mean, this was a phenomenal story. When I watched this on Saturday, I was like, I have to talk about this. I have to. It has to be discussed. It seems like the only time we actually talk about the police is when, they've made an error, right? That's the only time we talk about them. That's the only time we talk about them is when they've made an error, and typically a grave error at that. And that shouldn't be the case. B, I'm with you. That shouldn't be the case. But wow, that was a phenomenal story. And I'm glad to hear that the young lady, she's on track to celebrate a full year of sobriety this coming November. With the deputy, he has been invited to the party. And this isn't just a feel-good viral clip. It's really a blueprint for what's going right in America and what is right in America when mercy meets accountability. Singleton easily could have matched her energy. He chose not to. He didn't profile. He didn't escalate. He didn't preach. He enforced the law with grace, remembering his calling to protect and serve, not just to punish. And that's the kind of policing that builds trust, especially in communities scarred by addiction and abuse. And Caitlin, she owned her mistakes and used them to fuel change. No government handouts, no pity, just grit, grace, and a second chance. And that's the American dream rebooted. If more encounters look like this, imagine the headline. Imagine the headlines. Fewer overdoses, more families restored, more lives turned around. This was phenomenal, man. I don't know how you watch this and not get choked up. I really don't. I just, I don't know how you do it. But I want to move on. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. In other news, I want to move on to Broadview, Illinois. Broadview, Illinois. D. Jones, I'm there with you. Hopefully they're using him as someone that can go and speak to, other police out there and, do some training, training. Hopefully that is happening. But it could be a sign that training is actually happening, due to the fact that of the way that he handled this situation. That could be it could be a very positive sign that, there are some things that are happening that's positive in these police departments when it comes to training. So let's move on. I want to move out to Broadview, Illinois, just outside of Chicago, where protest outside an ICE processing facility turned into a full-on clash with federal agents on Friday. This is part of what's being called Operation Midway Blitz, a Trump administration crackdown on illegal immigration that's got activists and even some Democratic politicians out in the streets trying to block ICE from doing their job. I mean, there was about 100 protesters out there. They were facing off against mass Homeland Security agents armed with pepper balls, tear gas, and riot gear. At least 3 arrests were made. with reports of up to 10 people being arrested by some accounts, and things got heated fast. Things got heated very fast. Sheesh.
To live down from Fox, we appreciate everyone continuing to join us on this Friday edition. A live look right now at Chicago. That is where we are going to be bringing you the next updates regarding Broadview, Illinois. That is where we have seen many protesters come to an ICE facility, and we want to go out there now live to the very latest with Fox 32 Chicago's Casey Cronus joining us now with a breakdown of what she is seeing. Casey.
Hey, Mike, there is so much unfolding here in Broadview today outside of the ICE processing facility where, as you mentioned, this is where some of the immigrants who are being arrested are being taken for processing. I'll step out of the way so that you can get a look at what's going on. Now, we did retreat a little bit further back because ICE agents on the roof and on the ground have been firing pepper balls at the crowd. They contain the same chemicals as pepper spray, and when it gets in your...
Hey, Vanessa, the ICE agents are wearing masks because they are being doxxed. We covered a story out in, I think it was Vermont, where one of these protesters, they went up point blank and shot and killed an ICE agent. And they're being doxxed. So if they can get a picture, get their face, they're doing searches on social media, finding their homes, and yeah, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy.
Throat, in your nose, it really burns, makes your eyes very itchy. So they just kind of set some of those off here about 5-10 minutes ago. So we have moved a little bit further back, but there are still ICE agents on the roof and on the ground. Now, protesters have been here since early this morning, and there is another larger event planned for 7 p.m. local time, so in about 45 minutes here.
Oh, well, I didn't see the reporter wearing a mask, but I'll double check that.
Now, I want to take you to earlier today. So take a look at this video. Around 4:15 local time this afternoon, ICE agents were on the roof when a woman approached the fence along with a few other protesters and started yelling at them. Agents shot those demonstrators with pepper balls. Federal agents then came out of the parking lot where the woman got into a scuffle with them. She was thrown onto the ground, and as agents crossed the street, moving protesters further away, that woman reached up and grabbed the mask of one of the ICE agents. That's when another one put her in a headlock, and you can see on video there that she flashes a peace sign. Now, it does appear right now, back live, that there are more federal agents kind of approaching. There's 2 different facilities here, kind of across the street from each other. And it appears that some agents have come now from the other parking lot across the street. We've seen most of the tensions escalate when cars are coming in and out of the parking lot here. Protesters kind of get riled up during that time as they're opening the gates, moving, in theory, moving undocumented immigrants to and from. A lot happening here, Mike, and we expect things will only grow larger this evening.
Oh, I would assume that she's wearing a mask because of the, what do you call it? The tear gas and all this other kind of stuff. Although I don't think that type of mask is going to help that. Or, it could just be, she has a fear, of getting sick, I guess. But hey, there was at least 3 people arrested. And, the one lady that put her hands on the ICE agent, and then when they yoked her up, she threw the peace sign up. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, my goodness, man. These folks, they don't have the same type of, they don't want to help. They don't want to help homeless veterans. We got homeless folks out here with mental health issues and drug addicts, but y'all out here protested and willing to go to jail. Willing to go to jail for a daggone illegal immigrant, man. It makes no sense. Shout out to Malachi with the $2 super chat. Says, greetings and much love from Central Illinois. Appreciate you, brother. So these protests outside the Broadview ICE facility, it got crazy, turned chaotic For the third Friday in a row, demonstrators tried blocking government SUVs, moving detainees, prompting agents on rooftops to fire pepper balls, while tear gas canisters rained into the crowd. The facility itself was fortified with razor wire and boarded windows. One woman was thrown down, put in a headlock, and still managed to throw that peace sign up while being cuffed. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up. Another protester, allegedly, we got to say allegedly, we saw the video, but allegedly ripped an agent's mask while others slashed tires on minivans entering the site. Chicago Alderman Andre Vasquez said that tear gas burned even through his mask. You could feel it, coughing, spitting out everything. Illinois Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton, now she's running for Senate, called it a violent abuse of power, and accused the Trump administration of trying to intimidate Illinoisans. Goodness gracious, man, I tell you, these people, they're something else.
Currently being carried out by the Trump administration, which has now resulted in nearly 300 arrests since September 6th. Among those present this morning, Alderman Andre Vasquez, Alderman Byron Sigcho Lopez, and Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton. We had a chance to speak to her about an hour and a half ago about the operations taking place and the operations that she does not agree with.
Here in Chicago, people being snatched off the streets, stuffed into unmarked vans, and with no due process. We are seeing the Constitution being stomped upon, and just this week, again, attacks on First Amendment rights. And all of us need to be speaking with moral clarity and saying this is not right.
Yeah, the mayor of Chicago, I didn't pull that clip, but that dude, he's something else. He's something else. Something else. I mean, look, this is who they are. This is who they are. This is what they do. Border security isn't just a campaign slogan. I mean, it's about law, order, and protecting communities. I mean, ICE is doing a tough job, arresting nearly 550 people in Chicago under Operation Midway Blitz in a city that's sheltered illegal immigration for entirely too long. And when protesters block vehicles, slash tires, or grab at agents' masks, that's not free speech. That's not free speech. That's what you would call obstruction. And they should be arrested and they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And when politicians like Juliana Stratton cheer it on, no wonder tensions explode. And the fact that this lady is running for a Senate seat, goodness gracious, please help us. Don't let her win. I mean, come on, man. We don't need any more lunatics in the Senate. I mean, it's no wonder why, these people are riled up, because you have people on the left that they support this foolishness. It's crazy. And the death of Silverio Villegas Gonzalez is tragic. But using it to justify chaos outside a federal facility only fuels division. Protest is a right, but interfering with law enforcement crosses a line, man. ICE isn't out here for sport. They're targeting cartels, traffickers, and those, that have come over here illegally, that have committed crimes in our country. And the left, they'll call it cruelty, but what about the cruelty of open borders, drugs pouring in, crime spiking, human trafficking, and the taxpayers footing the bill for these people? That said, optics matter. Optics matter. And the thing is that the left has lied to folks, because they're telling them, you're gonna lose your health care. They're cutting Medicare and this, that, and the third. Nah, they're cutting it for illegal immigrants. And if you haven't paid into the system, nor have any of your family members paid into the system, why should we take care of you? If you need help like that, especially, you need to go home and let your home country take care of you in that manner. Seriously. Optics matter. Optics matter. tear gas and pepper balls on crowds chanting with signs. It looks bad, and it feeds the abolish ICE narrative. But federal agents, they need sharper de-escalation. Not because protesters are saints, but because every viral clip undercuts law and order. And to the activists out there, if you truly care about neighbors, look at the working class families paying the price for unchecked immigration. Think about the jobs that these people have taken. Think about the resources that they have taken. Think about Chicago. They spent $52 or $53 million on these people last year. You got homeless veterans out there that need help. You have the poor and disenfranchised families out there that need help, but they're spending $57 million on illegal immigrants. This is crazy. And Vanessa, you're absolutely right. Chicago, they can't afford it. They don't have the money. And it's for the life of me, I don't understand why we have so many people in our country that are fighting for these people. That's what I really don't understand. I don't understand why we have so many people in our country fighting for people that hadn't paid $1 into the system. You can't go anywhere in the world and think that you are going to get on whatever social services another country has. You can't go anywhere. You can't even go to Mexico like that. Matter of fact, if you wanted to move to Mexico, you would have to show how you are going to take care of yourself, because their resources, whatever it is that they do offer their citizens, is for their citizens. Most nations, when you try to move, they make you show how much money you have in your bank account. They make you show how you're going to come in and be an asset to their country. We're one of the few nations out there. Well, I'm not going to say we're the only, because you see what's going on over in the UK. But we're one of the few nations that just take people and, hey, we'll just put them on government assistance immediately. You can't, there's not too many other countries out there that will allow that. Seriously. Lori said they're making a profit. Yeah, it's always about the money. It's always the money. You guys hit that like button for me if you haven't done so already. And last but definitely not least, I want to get into the major story here. And just to let you guys know that our sponsor today for today's show is Chapter Medical. Go check them out. Give them a call if you or someone that you know is on Medicare or will be on some form of Medicare plan. These people will help you navigate the process to make sure that you get into the right plan that makes sense for you. They've saved seniors on average $1,000 a year on these premiums. Go check them out, 504-506-0860. Reach out to Chapter today. All right, let's keep the show going. Okay, so I want to move on to Glendale, Arizona, where an estimated, some said 100, a lot of people said upwards of 200,000 people packed out the stadium in the area. They packed it out, State Farm Stadium to capacity yesterday, with overflow crowds spilling in the Desert Diamond Arena to honor the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk, the fearless founder of Turning Point USA, who was tragically assassinated on September 10th at a speaking event in Utah. This was the line getting in yesterday. All people mourning, waiting to celebrate the life of Charlie Kirk. Look at this line. Goodness gracious.
This is the crowd approaching the Charlie Kirk event memorial. these are the people already in line waiting.
Wow.
This is a sea of people.
No, that's not. Do I have to go to the church to get in?
Wow. Wow. And this was the atmosphere inside. I want you guys to see this. This was the atmosphere inside. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah, it was a massive event. It was a long event. I know some of you guys watched the entire event. I mean, it was long. The thing that I thought weird, and maybe not weird, ABC, they didn't show the praise and worship aspect of the memorial at the beginning. During that time frame, they were talking the prayer, the praise and worship. They didn't show any of that on ABC. Now, if you went to Charlie Kirk's actual channel, you got a chance. If you went to a couple of different channels, I mean, they were showcasing it and showing everything. But ABC, yeah, interesting. Interesting. But I guess we shouldn't be surprised by ABC, right? I guess we shouldn't be surprised at all. But we're talking about, this was a mega event for a larger than life figure, a husband, a father, and conservative firebrand who inspired a generation of young Americans to stand up for faith, freedom, and the Constitution. President Donald Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, they were there. With Trump sitting next to none other than Elon Musk. I know a lot of people thought that they were, that they're out there beefing, but this looked pretty amicable.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Secretary Pete Henson.
And of course, Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica, wow, heartbreaking. But also hopeful. There is a revival in America like we've never seen before. And yeah, it's real.
Charlie liked to journal. And I say this because he did it to remember important moments and sayings that affected him. And one of the things he wrote in his journal was this: every time you make a decision, it puts a mark on your soul. To those of you out there who just made that decision, and took the first step toward a spiritual life. I say thank you and welcome.
Yeah. This wasn't just a speech, man. I mean, it was a spark that will, in my opinion, I think ignite a movement. Erica, just handed the torch, and America was watching, and in the, I guess the most, I'm not even gonna say I guess, the most heartbreaking moment of all was this.
That man, that young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do.
Some people would say, imagine. I can't imagine her pain, losing the love of her life, her soulmate, her partner, her ride or die, and still showing mercy and grace. That same courage, that same courage and faith defying Charlie. And you could feel it in the tributes pouring out. You could feel it. Vigils nationwide, a statue planned at New College of Florida, and a campus tour led by young conservatives like Breland Hollyhand. Sorry about that. And carrying Kirk's torch with a one conversation at a time movement. But before we get into where I want to go next with this, I want to set the stage real fast because, Charlie Kirk wasn't just a pundit. He was it was a movement. At 31, he built, starting at the age of 18, building Turning Point USA into a campus powerhouse, challenging woke ideology and sparking debates that made young people think. I mean, his pastor, David Englehart, called him a hero of faith. Country star Lee Brice honored him in concert. And hours before his death, Charlie was in Salt Lake City, not talking politics, but talking entrepreneurship and grit, the American spirit of hard work. And the outpouring yesterday, it wasn't just grief, it was defiance. And as Hollyhand put it, you can kill a man, but you cannot kill a movement. It's phenomenal.
My friend Charlie Kirk yesterday thought he was silencing our generation. Instead, he woke us up. You see, Charlie believed deeply in young people, especially Gen Z. He saw potential in us, even when the culture told us we were apathetic, addicted to screens, and a lost cause. He knew that if anyone believed in us, challenged us, and gave us a chance, we could be a generation of fighters, not quitters. Charlie's crime in the eyes of his critics was simple: champion civil discourse. That was his mantra above everything else. He went to college campuses not because it was easy, but because it was hard. Time and time again, he stood in front of hostile crowds. He took hours of unfiltered questions, and he modeled something rare in American life: the belief that disagreement is not division, that speech is not violence, and that courage is contagious. He once told me something I'll never forget. The day civil discourse is extinct, a civil war starts. That wasn't hyperbole. He understood something profound about our moment in history. If Americans lose the ability to talk across differences, the alternative is chaos. Now, sadly, we're inching towards that day. For over a decade now, the left branded Charlie as a villain. They smeared him and his family, and they called him Hitler Jr. They demonized him for daring to bring conservative ideas onto campus, mocking him for speaking to young people who were supposed to be owned by the progressive movement. And now, many of those same voices are feigning shock when their relentless demonization spills into violence. You see, you can't call my friend evil for years, dehumanize him, threaten his family, and then pretend you had no hand in what happened. But Charlie would never want his legacy defined by bitterness or revenge. He modeled something better: courage, faith, and perseverance. Even in the most chaotic election cycles, when the news cycles never stopped and the demands on his time never let up, Charlie always flew home and turned his phone off on Sundays to take his wife and 2 babies to church. He practiced what he preached. Faith first, family always. He reminded us that politics is temporary, but eternity is not. Charlie Kirk was a walking, talking beacon of hope. Now, the responsibility falls on all of us. If you admired Charlie, if you followed him, to honor him by not retreating into silence, but by speaking with courage. If you disagreed with him, honor him by debating with conviction instead of just smearing people. And if you loved him, live out his legacy by making America talk again. Charlie Kirk once told me, "The left may have all the money in the world, but they'll never outwork me." He kept that promise until the very end. Now, it's up to all of us to keep working, to out-hustle, to outlast, and out-talk the culture of silence that wants to shut us down. May his memory not only inspire us, but move us to action. Because if Charlie Kirk taught me anything, it's that one conversation can change a life, and enough conversations can change a nation.
The movement's far from dead, man. I expect to see dozens of Charlie Kirks on campuses across America. It's already starting to happen. But while a hero is being mourned, some can't resist picking a man when he's down. Enter Ilhan Omar. On CNN's The Source with Caitlin Collins, she doubled down on a video she reposted calling Kirk Dr. Frankenstein, whose monster shot him through the neck. That's what she said, her words. And she didn't stop there. Omar called Charlie a reprehensible, hateful man who supposedly denied her equal access and even the brain processing power of a white man. And then she turned on Collins, pressing, "How do you not find that reprehensible, Caitlin?" You guys got to see this, man.
The video where it called him Dr. Frankenstein and said his monster shot him through the neck. I mean, obviously this is a person, and looking at this is someone who was a husband and a father, and in the days after his shocking death, that happened as a result of his views, or it happened as a result as he was sharing his views publicly with people, that people found it jarring to hear such criticism of that in the immediate aftermath of
what
death.
I find jarring is that there's so many people willing to excuse the most reprehensible things that he said, that they agree with that they're willing to have monuments for him, that they want to create a day to honor him, and that they want to produce resolutions in the House of Congress honoring his life and legacy. It is one thing to care about his life, because obviously so many people loved him, including his children and wife. But I am not going to sit here and be judged for not wanting to honor any legacy this man has left behind. That should be in the dustbin of history, and we should hopefully move on and forget the hate that he spewed every single day.
I'm not a fan of that lady at all, if we can even call her that. And what's happening right now is disgraceful, to be honest with you. Charlie Kirk was assassinated by a left-wing radical, and instead of giving his family the dignity to grieve, the left has turned his death into a chance to smear his name. The same people who claim to condemn political violence are excusing it, justifying it, and in some cases celebrating it, twisting Charlie's words to argue, he somehow deserved it. And I mean, look at Ilhan Omar, and AOC. I mean, they're quote mining Charlie, ripping his words out of context to push the lie that, what happened to him was justified. Omar even retweeted a video calling him a terrorist and crystal fascist, essentially saying that he brought his own assassination on himself. A sitting congresswoman promoting that. It's disgraceful, man. No wonder Trump is calling for her removal from Congress. And I'm right there with him on that.
I think she should be impeached. I think she's terrible. Is she originally from Somalia? Yes, sir. So how are they doing this? How's their government? Do they have a president? Do they have a council? Do they have anything? Do they have police? I love these people that come from a place with nothing, no anything, and then they tell us how to run our country. No, I think if she got censured, that's great. If she got impeached, that's even better. They impeached me twice for nothing. And they impeached me knowing the Republicans are on my side, so they knew it was just, but they impeached me twice. She should be impeached, and it should happen fast.
Oh, man. Charlie Kirk's assassination isn't enough proof of the left's double standards. How is Ilhan Omar still in Congress? Seriously. I mean, she pledged allegiance to Somalia over the United States. She did it for all to hear. I mean, forgive me for expecting a sitting congressperson to put America first. How is that not treason? How is that not treason? And what were these supposedly, horrible things, that were said? He once said that guns save lives after a school shooting. I think we would all agree with that, those of us that believe in the Second Amendment. He debated circumstances of George Floyd's death, okay, a case that was litigated in court. He criticized, making Juneteenth a federal holiday, not to downplay slavery, but because he saw it as divisive. Agree or disagree. Those are legitimate political positions and talking points, and it doesn't call for violence. Yet the left twisted them into proof that Charlie was some kind of monster out there. The hypocrisy is staggering, man. Omar claims that she has empathy for Charlie's family while in the same breath defaming him with lies and his kids, that his kids will read one day for sure. She even distorted his comments, on empathy, where he argued sympathy is more authentic than empathy. Come on, man. This lady is dishonest. He's cruel. And here's the kicker. I want you guys to listen to what Omar said after the Paul Pelosi incident. The contrast tells you everything that you need to know about this individual.
That people remember that we are, mothers, we are wives, we are husbands, and there's a need for people to see that human with the family, and not just a political enemy that needs to be attacked. And I hope that we get to a better place as a country. We need this to stop. We need Republicans to understand this dangerous rhetoric that they have fueled, this hate and violence. It's literally going to take somebody's life. Countless numbers of Republicans, starting from the former president, who constantly incite hate and violence, they have to be held accountable.
And this is why the left can't be taken seriously anymore. Nothing they push is genuine. I mean, look at the double standard. After George Floyd, the left rioted, looted, burnt cities down, calling it righteous anger, and even beautiful in some cases. But, after the Charlie Kirk assassinations, conservatives hold candlelight vigils, and suddenly it's painted as dangerous or extremist. Meanwhile, left-wing voices mock his death online, and members of Congress echo the same rhetoric that fuels it. Worse is that the lie is working in some cases. Polls show that many Americans wrongly believe Charlie's killer was a Trump supporter, when in fact, he was radicalized by the left-wing alphabet community ideology, confirmed by his own family. But the media's, rushed to blame, right before the facts were known, and now doubles down, rewriting history to smear Charlie and dodge responsibility. And this is the playbook. dehumanize conservatives, twist their words, paint them as dangerous, and when violence happens, shrug and say, well, maybe they had it coming. It's disgusting. And it signals to their base that violence against the right is fair game. Charlie Kirk wasn't some terrorist, wasn't a monster. He was just a man who believed in the truth, ideas, and debate. And that's why the left hated him. Even in death, they cannot resist trying to destroy the man. But here's the difference. We don't excuse violence, and we don't celebrate it either. And if you want to honor Charlie, stand for what he stood for, which is free speech, open debate, and the courage to challenge the lies. The left can smear, they can rewrite history all they want, but the truth stands, man. Kirk was assassinated because he spoke too loudly for his enemies to bear. And instead of condemning it, they celebrate it. And that should disgust every decent American across our country, no matter what their politics. Thank you, Kiwan Lynette, for the $5 super chat. Says, we need this in corporate America, not just colleges. Corporate can be just as bad as liberal colleges. Yeah, I know. That I know for sure. Been there, experienced it. Yeah, it's been interesting. But I appreciate you guys pulling up this morning. Thank you guys very much. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button for me. Shout out to all my blues. Thank you guys for pulling up, helping to keep things peaceful in the chat. Thank you, Lori Otteson and B. And who else did I see in here? I think I saw Nannies, Brett Montgomery. Thank you, Zephyr K9 as well. Thank you guys very much. Appreciate you all. Shout out to all the ARP family members. Appreciate you all as well, pulling up this morning, keeping things, running smooth. We had a lot of people chatting in the comment section. I was like, goodness gracious, early. Like, wow, that's awesome, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys very much. Oh, happy birthday, Kenny. Yeah, Kenny's birthday was over the weekend, man. I hope you enjoyed the weekend. Hope you had a great birthday, brother. Hope you did. Appreciate you, brother, for pulling up this morning. And thank you guys for supporting the channel as well. Shout out to those that supported the channel financially. Thank you very much. Malachi and Kiwan, appreciate you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you all. Thank you very much. We're going to get up out of here, man. You know, as always, I say keep God first. Stay prayed up. It is crazy out here. And we'll catch up with you all tomorrow, Lord willing, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys take care, man. Peace.
We won't stop. I won't quit. Stand for the truth. No counterfeit. Real ones rise. Let the fake ones split. Repent for the lies. Let the dark